one, go. We are live. One more time. Take two. Here we go. We
I'm
do the
not
Pledge of
on.
Allegiance.
I am
Yeah, you
on.
are.
Okay, yeah.
You
Yeah,
are
sorry
live.
about that. I hope we're doing better
Yeah.
now. We will see. We have no idea what happened. We're going to try it again, though. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens.
Try it again.
Hopefully, we
All
get
right,
some
here we
people
go.
on here. We can get some things, and let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
of the United States of America and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with
with
liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Woohoo! I always.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but this is starting to upset me.
See if we get any
Well,
new viewers. Yeah, we'll have to.
We ended that last show. We told StreamYard we did not like it, just so anybody knows.
Yeah,
Because we're not doing anything different. And presto.
Presto changeo. Dulcie,
Rick and Jeff!
Unfiltered! Woo! All right. Here we are. Rick and Jeff
Let me
Unfiltered.
see if we're live.
Looks like we are live. No, well, no. I don't know.
Yes, there we are. We are live. Take two. See if anybody's on. Dulcie Bennett's on. Hello, Dulcie Bennett.
Hello, Dulcie. How's it going?
And she says, let's see. So far we're working. Let's see. We didn't do the national
we're
anthem,
live
so
again.
maybe they'll let us stay on this time. We'll see. You know.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know what the
Maybe.
heck's going on
And
with that.
hopefully we'll get a couple more people on here and we can get some real comments going and see what's going on here.
So the weird thing is that our previous live is still showing live on my Facebook and on Rick's Facebook, but we just didn't have the interaction going throughout the live feed, which we lost at about 5 minutes into the show.
And
not
Wayne
really
said
sure
he
how
could
that
hear us, but he couldn't see us, and he had to go back to a old thing to get on, and but then he wasn't able to see. So we have no idea what's going on.
Yep. We'll see. So,
But here we are. So let's get that out of the way. So we're tired of this bull crap. So that's what happens.
yeah. So we were talking in our previous live show that. Anyway, we probably should just move on from talking about our previous live show.
Yeah, well,
so
I don't know what everybody missed, what they didn't see. What are your thoughts on the states controlling laws? Well, I like the thought that the states are controlling the laws. Who said that? We know that I know, but I'm asking Dulcie if she'll tell me where was that said, because not only
that
was it for the abortion, because we know that, but it was for something else.
I think it was Hillary Clinton.
Oh, for abortions. Yes, she said for abortions. Yeah, that's the way the Constitution's written. Is that the states have the right to make their own laws.
Right. And not the federal government. Federal government doesn't have a right to make a law like that for all the states, but the states have a right to make the law. And that's what the Supreme Court decided was the earlier Supreme Court overstepped their bounds based on the Constitution. And they're going to put it back to the state so that they can decide whether or not they want to have an abortion law or not.
And you know what? Maybe Saturday will be our Constitution Day. Maybe we should do that.
Should be doing it.
So we're going to come back on Saturday, and I think we're going to try to discuss the Constitution. Maybe I can read it word for word by word, all the words, and not the thing. And not,
the thing, the thing, the thing, right?
The thing,
because there's somewhere in there that it says that we have a constitutional right to abortions, right? No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that anywhere.
No, it doesn't say that anywhere in the Constitution. Doesn't say that, and
no.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We may have lost some of our audience, but we're just going to talk our same stuff, and we are going to talk about coming back on Saturday. It sounds like, based on what Rick is saying, we're going to be kind of discussing and going over what the Constitution says. We're not going to get that deep into it, but we're going to kind of cover some bullet points.
I think that politics should not be a part of it, as it should be more of a personal choice and left, right, black, white, or yellow. And left, right, black, or white, or yellow. And I agree that it should be a personal choice, but eventually it comes to the fact where you're killing something, killing a baby.
Right. Are we
I
talking
think
about the abortions?
the
and
abortion,
politics
that's what
should be in there, or the talking and reading of the Constitution?
politics
Just want to
should
make sure
not be
we're
a
on the same
part of
page.
it. I'm pretty sure she's still talking about abortion. I think
Yeah.
politics should not be part of it.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree. I agree.
yeah, and I think, but I think that we do have laws, and we have to have some kind of law that says that you can't you know pull the babies out as long as his feet are still in. You can kill them. That
No,
kind
it's
of
the
thing.
other way around. They pull it out feet first, and
Well,
then
whatever they
the
do,
head's
whatever's
still
still
stuck
left
in the vagina,
inside, and you kill them.
yeah, yeah.
So there's got to be some common sense there, and I think I know what Jeff thinks.
Well, just as an aside, I had a customer
Says
ask me today. She said, "Did Newsom just pass a law that said something like you could abort a baby up to you know 2 weeks after it was born or 21 days after it was born?" I'm like, "Wait, what? What?"
What?
I'm like, "I wouldn't be
See, now this is what I'm
surprised." That's
talking
what I told
about.
her.
Yeah, I know. Neither do I. You know
Wouldn't be
what? We've tried
surprised.
this out for 2 weeks, and we're not liking it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're done.
Not
You're out.
really liking having this baby
And
around.
we're not
so
going to
we're
give
just
you
gonna
away either. We're just going to kill
euthanize
it.
it.
So yeah. So,
Just gonna, because for the health of the mother, we're gonna kill this child. Because
Yeah,
that's
for-
usually the argument.
for the health of the
She
mother.
was
it
raped.
doesn't end up-
She was raped, and therefore we're going to kill the child after it's born. So those are the two biggest arguments that they have.
Well, I was thinking earlier,
Yeah.
and my feeling is about 15 weeks. You should be able to make a decision within 15 weeks, and if you don't make it by then tough. That's the way I look at it. And my
Well, you
wife,
should know by then. I think.
my wife, yeah. Well, my wife came back to me for like incest and rape. There should be a longer period, and I couldn't understand it. We had a discussion back and forth, and so she says, you get raped, you're not in the right frame of mind, and I said, well, you're raped, you should start thinking about I might be pregnant. But she's saying that's not the way
Right.
it goes with a woman. And so eventually, I kind of saw her point. And so for rape and incest, we figured 20 weeks for that. And 20 weeks is still
And
reasonable.
just so you know, Dulcie is a nurse for
Labor delivery.
labor and delivery. Yeah, I was thinking
Yes.
maternity, but labor and
Yeah.
delivery is probably a better word. For
And she's
that.
done other things too,
So,
but that's what she's been
yeah.
doing for the last bunch of years.
Yeah, and she loves
yeah.
delivering babies. She loves kids. She
Mhm.
loves delivering babies. So
I got a
It's-
great video of her with a baby in an incubator. I wish I could put that up there. Holy cow.
oh man, yeah, I've seen that video. It's an awesome video.
I'm not biased in any way, she says. I never said you were.
just wanted to point that out.
Just
for you.
saying, I never
Hey,
said
Tim,
that. So-
Tim Smith says he lost you for the first hour. Yeah.
yeah, we
we
got off and came
ended
back
the
on, Tim.
broadcast, started a new one, Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to
So-
see if because we have no idea what's going on. We're about 30 minutes into it, and we're like, hey, nobody's commenting anymore. Would you guys comment? And nobody commented, and then
Yeah. But
my-
Wayne texted
Wayne-
Rick and said, I can't hear you, can't see you, but I can hear you. So we don't know what.
and he tried to comment and nothing was coming on. So Tim, good to see you back on here, brother.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about on Saturday we're going to get on and we're going to talk about the Constitution.
Yep.
And
The
so anybody who
Constitution
wants
of
to
the
read
United
up
States
on
of
it,
America.
that'd
Yeah.
be great. We're going to try to read
I would
up on it. We're going to
recommend
try to
it.
understand.
I would recommend
Yes.
it. No, we're not going to try. We are going to do. We are going to read up on
You
it.
can
so
speak
that
for yourself, but you
can
know
say
how I
that
roll. So I'm retired. I got a lot of stuff.
we are going to read it before Saturday. We got
Oh,
two.
we will see.
Dulcie, tell your husband to read the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, there
in
you
the
go.
next
Went
year.
right over my head to the boss.
Right
So-
to the boss. Well, she is a producer, so if we want to have a
She
good
is a
show, we
producer.
should have a knowledge of what it is that we're going to be talking about. We're not going to be experts on it by any means. We are not experts on the Constitution, but anyone should be able to read it. and-
Immigrants, please, she said. Because my wife is
Well-
also an immigrant, in case anybody wants to know. So
well, plus the
I can give
amazing
you a whole
thing
bio
is,
of my wife. I should write one up, and then this
Yeah.
is my wife, and this, everything she does, she's great, and this and that and the other thing, and she's great, and this and that and the other thing, and she's great. So there you
yeah,
go.
she's great. Yeah. So, but Dulcie, I'm assuming had to pass the test, right? She had to pass a test to become a citizen of the United States, right?
Yes, I believe so, because she often tells me I know that because I studied it to become a citizen, stuff like that. And I'm
Right.
like, okay,
Usually more than us citizens study it
probably.
in order to
Well,
be
especially
citizens of the
nowadays,
great
because they don't even teach history
Oh
nowadays, I
my
don't
gosh.
think.
Yeah, that's just
You know,
sad.
it's just
Or
crazy. But
getting back into the politics of the situation, I saw this thing. I think it was today, where they're saying that the NEA,
most
who's
definitely,
or
Joe.
no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. The NEA, whose goal and objective as a nonprofit organization is to support and promote the education in America. Yet they spent $56 million last year, or this year, on political candidates. It's like, well, that they're not promoting what they said they're going to be going for. And any other nonprofit organization would be audited by the IRS and probably thrown in jail
I
for
thought
their
there was a
not
law
following
if
the
you're a
rules.
nonprofit, you couldn't donate to political things. I thought that was a law. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, apparently not, because the NEA donates
What does
you know,
NEA stand for?
National Education Association, I think. Or yeah,
Any
I'm not
National Education Association? Oh, the teachers union.
teachers union. Yeah, yeah, they're a
Question
nonprofit
is it
nonprofit
nonprofit?
organization. It is
Yeah,
a
it's
nonprofit organization.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's just
they
crazy.
got to give
Well, they
their
had
money
all
away
this
because they're
money,
making
they had to give it away, otherwise they would have had to claim a profit.
exactly. And where are they getting their money from? The union dues of the teachers. So hey.
That's right.
So, and look, my brother and I have talked about unions before, and I'm not anti-union. I just think that if you have a union, you should have a union like the USPS, one that has some balls behind it, and that they're going to
Well,
have
we
like,
had to.
hey,
That place would have been a shit show
this
if
is the
we did.
contract. You agreed to the contract. Either live
Right.
by it or die by it. So
Yeah.
but
And
yeah, my wife was a
Dulcie said, "Who
teacher.
donated it to them?" Well, they probably got their union dues, but there's probably other things too, because you have union meetings. I know at our union meetings we would have a 50-50 drawing, and you would win 50, and the other 50 would go to something. I don't remember what it
Union.
was. No, it wasn't a union. It was something like maybe it was MS or
Oh, nice. Yeah,
whatever.
there you
But
go.
they could get money that way. What's the CEO salary? That's that ugly lady that was on TV the other day. I can't think of her name. All I can look at her. Oh my gosh, she's anyway, she was talking to a crowd to try to get people to vote Democrat, and she wasn't even talking about teacher stuff. She was talking about bullshit stuff. And I just said, whatever.
Oh, so I was typing in the NEA CEO. Kim A. Anderson is a national leader in the fight to transform America's public schools. Is the executive director of the NEA. She doesn't.
And I say a lot of things. I mean, there are bad
That-
unions, just like
let's
there are
see.
bad in anything.
Is that the person you're thinking about?
No, I don't think that's the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
Just
that
do the
probably isn't it.
president of the
Thinking about-
teachers union probably is what you're going to have to look up to
Oh,
get that.
probably, yeah.
But there's bad unions, there's good unions, just like there is with anything else. You can pick anything you want to pick, and there's good and bad in everything. Like Joe Biden said, there's good presidents, there's bad presidents. And no matter what you do, that's just the way it is. And so I just, I think teachers in general are underpaid for the most part. And I've said this before. We send millions and millions of dollars and billions of dollars overseas for stupid bullshit. They should just pay our teachers more, and then they should hold them to a higher standard than they are. Okay, if you're not teaching your kids, gone. Not gone immediately. You get retrained, you do whatever, and you get a couple of chances. Then, if you're just not doing it, you're not doing it. And that's the way it is. I mean, in New York City, there's no way to fire a teacher unless they kill somebody. I think
LA is the same way. So
they got people.
LA, you can kill somebody.
They don't want them with the kids, so they make them come to a room and sit in a room for 8 hours and go home, and that's all they do.
In LA.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. And if
I
the union wants to
stick
stick behind that, the union is bad. That's the way I look at that. If they're going to stick behind that, they're bad. Okay, because that's bullshit.
Yeah. So there's
our tax dollars are paying them. fire all those frickin' people. Then you can pay the
Right.
teachers that stay on more money.
Right.
There
That's the
was
way it
common
should be.
sense jumping in there again. Holy crap.
Yeah,
We're going to
knock
get
that
thrown
stuff
off again.
off.
I can see it
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. So
Tim,
so
you
there's
still there, brother?
Oh, your wife is still there, so
You're retired. LOL. Yes, I
Wow.
am.
So what's funny is
But I have a lot of stress in my life, Dulcie.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah. So there's a radio show on in LA, is John and Ken show, and they started going in and investigating the LA school district to find out what's going on. They found out about that room where they're paying teachers to go and sit for 8 hours a day, do
Right.
absolutely nothing. And they started investigating. Well, who was getting let go, and how is this working? And the one story that I remember, and I'm going to tell this as best as I can. Tim says he's here. Was there was a
good.
there was a handicapped man who was trying to become a teacher.
Uncle Jimmy's on
and-
too.
Oh, there you go. And he had gotten his doctorate degree or whatever, his teaching credentials, and the LA school district didn't hire him because he was a handicapped man. And then he
And they
sued
didn't think
them.
they didn't
Yeah.
think he could do the job, right? Because of his
Right.
handicap.
Yeah. Yeah. So he sued them for discriminating against the handicap, and they
Right.
hired him. And then so he's in a wheelchair. They had to hire a teacher's assistant so that he could teach the class. And he had students coming up to the front of the class to talk about whatever it was that he's talking about. And he had use of one hand. So he had one
Oh,
hand.
that's
that he
right.
could
I remember
use.
this story. You told me this before. Now you
And,
say that. Yep.
and so there's a girl up in the front of the class, and with his one hand that he can move, he grabs her breast with his hand in front of the whole class. Right.
Right.
Oh, I couldn't control my hand, just happened to land on her breast. Right. So here this guy is that
I
fought
have that
to get
problem all the time.
job. Yeah. Well, that's with your wife and when you're home.
Well, there's that.
So this guy fought to get a job. He sued them to get a job, and now he's gonna get he's gonna get charged with sexual harassment of a underage girl in school, and they don't do that. So they basically send him to this room where he gets paid 8 hours a day to collect the pay because he can't teach, because apparently his only capability as a teacher is grab young girls' breasts while they're
Yeah.
class. It's like,
Yes, Uncle
you-
Jimmy,
you-
we just got back on.
you
We got off
gotta-
and got back on because something was going on. We don't know what it was, so we got off and got back on.
Yeah.
So
So you got to have a way to let these people go. There's no reason that you should keep them in a
Right.
classroom or a building facility where you're paying them 8 hours a day. Or if they are, make them work. These teachers are spending hours and hours a day
the
creating
problem is,
copies of paperwork that they're going to use for lessons for their students and stuff. These guys could be doing all that.
well,
They
they
create
could
their
probably,
own books and stuff,
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah,
anyway,
they could probably do that stuff.
that's
I
my
don't know if there's
5-second
enough for,
rant.
because there's a lot of teachers that are in those rooms. I mean, it's not
well,
3 or 4.
They
It's
said
like
hundreds.
a lot of teachers.
Hundreds.
Yes.
Hundreds of teachers in the
So-
LA school district. I think your computers are messed up, not mine.
Yeah, that's it, Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah.
Uncle
So
Jimmy, we
I can
realize that
send-
you're giving us a Gmail account that's actually a Hotmail
yeah.
account, we think. I don't know if that's
Your
right or
wife
not.
just texted me, so
Yeah, I see that.
we gotta
Uh,
get on.
what about Cruella? She says. What about Cruella?
Yeah.
She didn't say Cruella.
Cruella.
I translated it.
And I know a lot about Kamala Harris from living in
You
California
do, yes.
the last
That's where she
20 plus years. Yeah.
Hotmail.
Hotmail.
Woohoo. That's because she's
Yeah,
got me. That's why she says that.
Oh, there you go. All right. Yeah.
Oh.
So Kamala Harris was a attorney general for the great state of California before she got before she ran for president, and didn't even get a good percentage from her own town, her own state. I call it a country because it's almost like its own country here in California, but from her own state. So she bowed out of the race. And then who did Joe Biden, the winning candidate of her party, pick? Kamala Harris. And
Cool.
also she
DeVille.
called him out for his racist stance
Yes.
when he was
Yes,
a
she
younger
did.
senator. It's like, oh my gosh. So she
Well, and that's
basically
something
called
too.
him a racist on national television, and he picked her to be
All
his
you got to do
vice
is
president.
Google Joe Biden's racist sayings, whatever,
Ah,
and a list of them come up, and they're on film. He can't
no,
deny it.
Dulcie, I'm
And
not surprised. She can't come up with
she
a
can't come up with a sentence. No, she's almost as bad as Biden, and he has Alzheimer's. So
She comes up with a really long word salad sentence. It doesn't make any sense.
and then she says it over and over and over to
Yeah,
make you really
exactly.
understand it.
Hey,
Yeah.
but she likes those yellow school buses. I don't know if you caught
Oh,
that
those are
one.
nice, man. Yeah.
Everyone
Doesn't
likes
everybody
yellow
like the
school
yellow?
buses. I love
The yellow school buses are nice. Doesn't everybody like
It's a
yellow?
beautiful
They
thing.
really, I really like the yellow school buses.
Speaking of
Holy
yellow
crap.
school buses, were you on the bus when we were going up the hill in Kirkwood, and our bus driver was screaming at the kids? He rear-ended the bus in front of him.
I was the one that yelled at him to turn around, that he was going to hit the bus. Yes, I was on that. I'll never forget that. Holy crap. That was
Love
like
that
his
yellow
third day
bus.
on the
Love
job
that
too, or
yellow
something like
bus.
that.
I know.
Oh yeah,
But,
he ran right into
yeah,
the back of another bus. Holy crap! Holy cow.
no brakes applied at all. Just the brake of the bus.
No,
Oh,
he
my
braked a little
gosh.
because I yelled at him before he hit him,
Oh.
and he turned around just
Oh,
before
yeah.
we hit the bus. So at least he didn't have his foot on the gas. Let's put that.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, my gosh. The stories we can tell you of our childhood life. It's great.
Yeah.
So we rode the
our-
yellow bus
Our
for
white
20
privilege
minutes
life.
a day. 20 was it 20 was about 20 minutes a day, 20-minute bike bus ride to
It was at
Windsor,
least
wasn't
20
it?
minutes. It's right around
We were-
20
we
minutes.
were-
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all that was elementary.
coming
school
home
when
was
we were riding
longer,
the
though.
bus. Yeah. Talk about
Because we were the
Florida,
last ones to get picked up in the morning to go there. And we
Yeah.
were we were the last ones to get dropped off at night. So the
Exactly.
ride home was longer.
So the ride to school, it was like just going up Route 11, get on to 17, and then all the way out to Windsor. So,
Right,
but
yeah.
the bus accident was when we were in elementary school, when we were going through the
We were
town,
going up that side road off of Route 11 up the hill right there.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
wish I knew what the road was, but
We were half a mile from the school.
we could have walked.
We could have.
Anyway,
Maybe we did.
so-
I don't remember that part. I don't remember how we got to school of that. I just remember that happening though.
yeah, I think they put us on the bus erect or something. Anyway, your wife is saying talk about Florida and who agrees with DeSantis. So who does agree with DeSantis? I mean,
I can't find a lot of problems with DeSantis. I have one problem with DeSantis, and the rest of the stuff I kind of agree on. He's
well, tell
really
us your problem with
anti-union.
DeSantis.
He's really
that-
anti-union. He tried to
I've
pass
never
a
heard
law.
him say anything about unions.
Oh no, he tried to pass a law that I'm trying. Let me get this right.
Yeah, you should look it up. I'm gonna look it up
That
right now.
no, I'm just trying to figure out how to word it. So he and actually the law did pass, I think. No. He tried to pass a law so that they couldn't take the teachers' union dues out of their check. So the teachers would have to send them a check every week or every month or whatever. He tried to pass that law, which is basically a union busting tactic. What do you care whether the money comes out of the check or not? So then that didn't pass. So then he made I don't know if he made a executive order, if they actually passed the law. So here's what happens.
Governor
now.
Ron DeSantis signs legislation. Can't even talk. Governor Ron DeSantis signs legislation to protect Floridians from discrimination and woke indoctrination. That doesn't.
No, that one
Never mind.
I agree absolutely with that one.
Move on.
But no,
Oh,
so then
sorry.
here's what happens, and I know this because my daughter's a teacher, okay, down in Florida. So I know this. So
Right.
here's what happens now. So I don't know if he passed the law or if he just said, okay, this is the way it's going to be. I think that's what it is. It's just the way it's going to be. So let's say I'm a new teacher and I want to join the union. I have to go to the principal and tell them I want to join the union. And the principal will try to talk you out of it before they give you the paperwork to do it. Now, it used to be the union would give you the paperwork, you fill it out, and they take the money out of your check. Now you have to get the paperwork from the principal, and the principal will try to talk you out of it. So I don't like DeSantis for his union busting tactics. And this, I've told many people this. If the Republicans would just embrace the unions, they may never lose another election ever. Because most union people lean to the Republican side. But they can't vote for him because the Republicans in our Congress, and I'm not talking Republicans in general, because I know my brother, he has no problem with unions, but the Republicans that are in office are constantly trying to make it hard for unions. and it's not just him. Reagan did it. I can't think of anything Bush did. But Bush did said he'd like to do away with the post office. I do remember that. And Trump did it. And when Trump was in, he did some things that are anti-union. So that's my only problem that I can find with DeSantis. Almost everything else, I've never heard it. He speaks really well. He actually came to a conference that me and my wife Dulcie were at. Actually, she was at. I was with her because I'm retired. I don't do anything but follow her around. And
well, you chauffeur around sometimes.
That's right. So yeah, so he spoke at this conference we were at in Jacksonville, Florida, or actually it was Amelia Island, Florida. And he speaks really well. He maybe is not as good as Obama, but he's pretty good. I'll tell you that. I think Obama was the best speaker ever. That's what I think. He could talk, that guy. Holy cow. But anyways, yeah. So Jeff, you tell me what you think about DeSantis. Now that I just went on for like what, about 15 minutes? I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't keeping time. I'll have to start keeping time on you. Tell you, hey, time's up. Time's up.
Beep, beep, beep,
No,
beep,
I mean,
you're done.
Yeah, I like DeSantis, and everything that I've seen on him. I never seen anything about the union, and my brother has a daughter, or my niece, his daughter is in the teachers union over there, and I don't have a problem with that. So it seems like he is very pro-American. It seems like he's pro-Floridian. He wants to make sure that they have the right to be able to choose and pick and choose what they want to do. And so I think that in my mind, I think that's it's kind of against the idea that he would try to bust the unions when he's trying to allow the
Hey,
people of
Jessica
Florida-
Bennett's on.
Hey, sweetie, how's it going? When he's trying to allow the people of Florida to make a choice, right? So why would, if he's allowing them to make a choice, why would he try to bust the unions? So because they should have a choice to be in union or not.
Because
I
he's
agree with
anti-union.
my brother. Yeah, whatever. Again, it doesn't. It seems like it contradicts the idea of what else he says, and maybe he is anti-union. I don't know. But my brother and I have had this discussion many times. I don't think that there's many people anti-union as he does. Because I don't care if you're union or not.
Well, I
So-
see it more because I was in a union. Okay, I know the people that were trying to make laws and make it harder to be in a union, and they're Republicans. That's what they are. I mean, and not all. I'm not saying all Republicans are like that, but there's a lot of them. Okay,
right. But I mean, my wife, when my wife was a teacher, she was in the teachers union, and I just thought that your union was just ridiculous because I would be talking to my brother and he'd be telling me how their union worked. I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. That's great, right? But my wife's union, their opus of how they're gonna be a union was they decided that they're gonna go to a teachers meeting, parent teacher conference meeting thing, and they're all gonna stand up and walk out, and that's how they're gonna show their protest against their lack of having a contract with the with the state. And I was just like, can you get any more
Yeah.
stupid about that or what?
No.
It's like there's no teeth to that. There's nothing they can say. All
And
right,
that's-
bye, losers, get out. It's like
And that's the thing. You got to have people in your union who, when they're wrong, will stand up and just be as big as the bosses and stick your chest out and say, you know what? I don't give a crap what you think. You're wrong.
right.
And you
Right.
got to, and we had that in Binghamton. We had quite a few of them, and I actually had a good reputation there. As there was actually one guy that became a boss. There was one guy that became a boss after I retired, and he told my son, he said, "Yeah, I was waiting for Rick to retire. I didn't want to be a boss while he was a union steward."
He didn't realize how good Ricky was going to be as a union steward.
Yeah, Ricky's good. He's really good at it,
Yeah.
and
well, he had a
and,
lot of experience to watch his dad. I mean, and this is why I think I don't understand why people would have a problem with a union, because I heard all the stuff that my brother talked about, and I've told people that story that you told me about, not making a call to the people that are on the wait list, or the overtime
list. Yeah.
Yeah. And then how everyone that was on the overtime list gets paid. And people are like, well, that's ridiculous. I go, yeah, you're right. It is ridiculous. The supervisor shouldn't have done it, right?
Right.
Well, they shouldn't have to pay it. I'm like, no, they should have to pay it. because they agreed
that's
to
the
it in the
consequence
contract.
of not
Yeah.
following the contract. Exactly.
Exactly, but it's like I have had a couple of people that have said, "Oh my gosh, that's just terrible," and most everyone else was like, "Yeah, that totally makes sense."
So
So
Dulcie just chimed in. She says California is one of the most difficult states to fire inefficient staff, and they
and
don't even
and she
have
probably knows from
unions.
experience.
And
She probably,
and she worked out there for about what, almost a year, maybe a little over a year. She worked out there.
yeah, I don't remember what it is. Close to a
And
year
she
if it
was
wasn't.
running a clinic out there, and the people in the clinic were just used to doing nothing. And it's a what's the word I'm looking for? The clinic was getting most of their money from donations, and they were
Right.
trying to make it so they made sure they billed everybody that they could bill. They were never going to turn
Imagine that
anybody
you
away, but they made
bill
sure they were going
somebody
to
who
bill.
comes and uses your
You come in with
services.
insurance, we're going to bill your insurance. We're not just going to let.
Right.
We're just not going to keep taking money from donations. And she was trying to make it. Well, these uh, people there were so freaking lazy. They didn't, when they had to do
Right.
something, they complained because they had to do something. Oh my gosh, they can't do that. And she couldn't fire them. It was tough.
Right.
I think she did fire one of them eventually. I don't remember for sure that. Maybe you'll let me know, hon. Did you actually fire one time? I'm not sure, but
And the irony
and
about that is that California is considered an at-will state. Basically, an at-will state means that an employer can fire you for whatever reason and just, you know what? We decided we don't need your services anymore. And also, an employee can say, you know what? I don't want to work here anymore. There's no requirement for a 2 weeks notice or a reason. Yeah, but like Dulcie says, it's called afraid of being sued because of causing undue
undue
stress.
stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they fired me.
It
Now I need a safe space, and they got to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
so
It
what's
is.
interesting is when we were talking, I had this news flash that popped up. Let's see if I can find it again. It said, it said Amber Heard's Twitter account
I
suddenly
saw this.
disappeared.
Elon Musk got rid of Amber Heard's Twitter account.
That's great. So Amber Heard actually dated Elon Musk, and it came out in the trial that Elon Musk gave like $300,000 or $500,000 to one of the nonprofits that she was supposed to give her $7 million settlement that Johnny Depp gave her for their marriage
Yeah.
settlement. She didn't want it for herself. She's going to give it to these nonprofits, and
Which he never did.
Elon Musk
Mm-hmm.
donated $500,000 or something like to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you know what? He must have seen the light when he saw what she was doing on. If a person is abusing their husband like that, do you think that she's not abusing her boyfriends that she has in the interim? I'm just saying.
Right.
So I would imagine that Musk was abused by her the same way that Johnny Depp was abused by her. And he's like, you know what? Time to cut your losses, baby. Get out of Twitter.
I think though it lasted longer with Johnny Depp because he's almost as crazy as she is. So, but
You may be
whatever
right
it is,
on
it
that.
is.
I don't know. I mean, I love Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and he is a
Oh,
great
absolutely.
character. And
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
the fact that he went to these hospitals to work with these underprivileged kids and these children that have all these diseases, that he would go onto the hospital wards and work with them, and as the Captain Jack Sparrow, right, dressed up in
Carol
full
Fleming
garb.
just jumped on too. So
Hey, Carol, welcome. So yeah, oh, we're supposed to ask people questions. What the hell question? You like Johnny
Carol, how
Depp?
you doing? Carol's a retired postal worker. She
Yeah.
retired after me, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, and she's friends with my wife Dulcie on Facebook, and Dulcie loves the stuff Carol puts on Facebook. Very funny stuff. And
I'm gonna have to
yeah, so
follow
Carol, say
Carol.
something, would you? And anybody
Yeah,
out there want to
Dul-
know anything about anything, Jeff and I probably have the answer. That's all I got to say. Anything
Yeah,
about
well, we might have an answer. It may not be the
Well-
right answer, the answer you're looking for.
Yeah,
definitely
but
give you
we'll
an
say
answer.
something. Carol says,
Exactly.
"Hey, awesome." Okay.
Yeah, there you
All right.
go.
So, how's retired life, Carol? And what do you think about Cruella Deville? I mean, Kamala Harris. Hello there, he says. Oh, I don't know. I
Carol
just can't wait for
Fleming.
the
There
election to
she
get
is.
over. I'm so tired of all the crap on the news and like I tell Jeff, I go CNN, I go back and forth to CNN and Fox, and
Is that her?
CNN is constantly putting stuff up to try to make the Democrats look good, and Fox is
Is
constantly
that,
putting up to try to make
is
the
that Carol? Carol Fleming Lynn Johnson?
yeah,
Oh,
I
so
think that's her.
Dulcie Bennett right there. I don't know why I
Yes.
wouldn't have noticed that before.
And Fox is always putting stuff up to make the Republicans look good, and you just kind of wonder, you know what the heck? What's I don't know. Although there was a guy on
Well,
Fox today. He does I can't think of his name. He does the news and he calls it fair and
fair and
something.
balanced.
Fair and balanced, he calls it. And he truly is fair and balanced. He had the Democrat guy on there from Florida, Scott, who used to be a Republican
Scott.
and now he's a
Tim
Democrat, Tim Scott. And he
I
was
think he's a
very fair
Republican.
with him. He was he used to be a Republican. Oh no, the guy's running for governor. Not the guy who's running for senator. The guy's running for
the
governor
guy,
against
the guy
DeSantis.
that DeSantis says he wants to
That guy, yeah,
retire.
that guy.
He wants that donkey to be kicked out the pasture.
No, he said the
That was
only donkey I want to kick out the pasture is right there. He's pointing to him. Yeah. Chris,
yeah.
there it is. Dulcie said Chris. Republicans are good, Tim says.
Charlie Chris.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are, Tim, but there you go. Charles Chris. Charles
Tim,
Chris.
you're gonna
Yeah,
have
so
to,
anyways,
you're gonna have to
he was-
get on this thing so you can argue with my brother about Republicans.
yeah,
'cause,
yeah. Well, then it'll be two
he's
against
already
one.
heard
but,
my sad
you know.
story. So.
But the problem is, like we were telling everybody, Jeff and I used to argue a lot about stuff. I mean,
Well,
we get in heated arguments, and like I said, twice we've hung up. Once I hung up on him, and once he hung up on me. And we always come back later today, hey, how's it going? And we forget that it even happened because that's how it should be. But we don't argue nearly as much anymore because the Democrats have gone so far left. I can't stick up for them. I just can't. It's just crazy.
Dulcie says she's not seeing Tim's comment. Well,
you're not seeing Tim's comment.
You following me or you following your husband?
Let me look on
Are you watching?
Let me look on here.
Showing up on here.
Oh, it's not coming up on my Facebook, but it's coming up on our live feed here. James Nicholson, Dulcie, Jessica Bennett, Carrie Hannafin's on. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? I think it's the second time he's been on.
It's coming up on my Facebook feed.
Yeah, it's not coming up on my Facebook feed, Dulcie, but it is coming up on the screen in front of us here. So yeah, we're probably going to start having problems again, and we'll have to kick everybody off here in a second.
No, he said Mr. Turco did it twice. Finally got what is he talking about? Tim Smith.
Who said Mr. Turco did it twice?
Tim.
What did Mr. Turco do twice? I didn't see that one. Carol Fleming says boring.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
Thanks,
You
Carol.
need to kick my
Well,
brother
usually
in the
Carol,
ass.
I put on there. You guys suck, so that's better than that, I guess. So
there you go. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Hi, Carrie. How's it going?
Oh, grabbing young girls. Yes, Mr. Turco did do that. Yes, he did. I remember. And here's a story. Maybe nobody wants to hear, but I'm going to tell it anyways. Not my retirement.
Here we go.
No, my retirement. Oh, it's boring. Okay, got it. Well, thanks, Carol.
Boring.
So I remember one time. So
Well,
Mr. Turco was the basketball coach, and I don't remember
having them on his lap,
or not
where
the
we
basketball
going with
coach.
this
He's a
story?
wrestling coach. What's that?
Tim says having them on his lap. I don't know where this is going.
Well, so
oh my gosh.
So Mr. Turco was a wrestling coach. I was I think I was just lifting weights during the winter at that time. And I go in to take a shower. He's the only one in there, and he was beating off when I walked in.
Oh my
I'm just like, what the fuck? And I didn't realize it at first until I thought about it later. I'm like, he was fucking jerking off. Like, holy crap. But and then after that is when he got caught with the girl.
Story we want to hear. So,
After that is when he got caught with the girl. So he probably just was watching the girl cheerleaders or something, and came in there and had to relieve himself or something. Holy crap. But anyways.
Yeah, that was a story.
Having them on his lap, Tim says. Yes, he did.
That was a story we didn't need to hear. So moving on.
Tim Smith.
Dulcie, you need to go in there and slap your husband upside the head and make him move on to
Again.
something else.
Again, Tim Smith. Oh my God, what the hell? Exactly. Tim Smith. So who was your favorite teacher in Windsor High School? Mine was Mr. O'Donnell. I just thought he was great all the way around. Tim,
because he
who was
beat the
yours?
crap out of you.
Yeah, he didn't beat the crap out of me, but he knuckled me pretty hard one time on the head.
Yeah.
And
What'd
you know
you
what?
get
I
for
didn't
it?
go home. I didn't go home and whine to my parents. Oh, my teacher hit me on the head. You should have him arrested. You know why? Because I deserved it. That's why.
There you
So
go.
you know,
Yeah. Well,
we'll have a
you're
conversation
talking
later.
about a
Delsey
couple of
says. Mr.
Talking of-
Congdon, yeah, Mr. Congdon was good too. I liked him.
wasn't he the mechanical drawing instructor?
No, that was Collins.
Collins.
Mr. Condon was a science teacher, if I remember correctly.
He was the football coach, wasn't he?
He
Yeah,
was
'cause
a yes.
Yeah, because I had him in my
Wasn't he? He wasn't earth
senior
science.
year,
He
went
was
out for
biology.
football.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
biology? No, not biology. Chemistry. He was chemistry teacher, I think. Wasn't he, Tim?
I don't know why I would have him then, because I wasn't smart enough to do chemistry.
Well, you had to do 3 years of science, didn't you? You didn't have to take physics, but you had to take biology or earth science, biology, and chemistry, I think.
Yeah, I took the minimum, so it must have been in my junior year. No,
Yeah.
because my senior year was when I decided to go out for football, and he was the coach. So,
So
and all
Kerry
the-
Hannafin, who was your favorite teacher in high school? He
There
went
you
to
go.
Windsor too. So
Dulcie
hang
says,
on,
stop questioning the viewers. Don't question the viewers.
question
don't
them,
question
stop
the viewers.
questioning them. Just do whatever. Just do something. Jesus. Yeah.
He left after the students threatened his family. Was that Condon? So, or
That was that Turco or Condon that left after his students threatened his family.
stop asking the customers questions.
Mr. Soden, Mr. Soden, and he was earth science, I do believe, or was Mr. Soden? Was he a math teacher? Maybe. I think he
Tim
was,
says yes for the Turk comment.
Turco, yeah. Oh, Congdon, yeah. Oh, Congdon. The students threatened his family. Wow.
That's really sad.
Wow. That is sad. Holy crap, I didn't know that.
All the stuff that goes on in our school we didn't know about.
That was after we left. Earth science.
I can tell you a story about my brother, but I won't.
No, you won't. So anyways.
Anyway, stop
I
asking
digress.
questions.
Stop asking questions again. Double.
Oh,
All right. So
we've been on for 42 minutes. Yes, and
this is a take two because the
it's
first
take
one
two.
got messed up somewhere. We don't know what happened, and we are
Yeah.
sorry for that. So
And it seems to
know.
be live on both my brothers and my feed on Facebook. So
yes. So and we're
not
getting
really
people
sure
on that
why
are,
it worked.
you know.
But, yeah.
and so
Yeah.
everybody on here, we hope to see you Saturday night.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be back Saturday. Talk
We're
about
going to talk about the Constitution. If anybody wants to look that up and read about it, you know,
come on and ask questions and tell us your thoughts, and it's strictly going to be on the Constitution. We are not constitutional experts, but we are going to be talking about the Constitution. So if you have a question about the Constitution, we will have it in front of us. Well,
time flies.
I will have it in front of us, in front of me.
My brother is an expert on the
I am
Constitution.
not an expert.
He says that now, but you'll see when we talk.
I've read it a few times, but not the whole thing.
Bring
but,
your friends, bring everybody.
Yeah.
Talking about the Constitution should be an awesome conversation.
Yes, it should be. It should be something that's exciting.
Yes, and everybody that comes on here, we're going to tell you this. We're going to be respectful to you, and you be respectful to us. And
my brother and I might not be respectful to each other.
No, we might not to each other, but that's a different story. We don't care. We don't care if we're not respectful.
We're not offended
because we know deep down inside we do respect each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and the only people you can be disrespectful to is anybody who is in politics, Democrat, Republican. We don't care. We'll call them all the names we want. They should have thick skins, and we don't care if they're. One person told me I was mean because I was saying something about AOC. I just don't give a crap. Okay, I just don't give a crap about those people.
We're here
you
to
know what?
educate
If
and support each other. There
yes,
you go.
remember, we're here to educate and support each other. Yes, we are. And different points of views are great. And like I said, me and my brother used to have a pretty different point of view, and now we don't so much. Hopefully, we'll get back to a day where we can have different points of view because the Democrat Party will come back. Whitney Houston opening.
Great show. Carrie Anafis does great show. Really enjoyed Whitney Houston opening and your brother.
That was on part one though.
That was on part one. Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, we're
it was, and
we don't have $1 million studio, so we're just making it work with what we have.
And we're gonna probably do that again sometime, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Jeff, if you want to end our broadcast, I will start.
So the way we end our broadcast, we say thank you to our troops for all the work they do. Thank you to the first responders, the police officers. We respect you. We thank you for all you do, and for the firemen and all the other first responders. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for all the work you do for our great country. And God bless you all, and God bless America.
God bless everybody. And then we love having you here. And if anybody wants to get in the studio and conversate with us live, we can do that too. And we would love to have you on, Tim.
Well,
love to have you on, brother.
Jimmy.
Yeah, except for our Uncle Jimmy. We can't get him on for some reason. We don't know what the heck's going on there.
All right.
We've tried a bunch of times. We can't get him on. But anybody who wants to get on, we'll take turns if we have to, whatever we got to do. We'd love to have somebody on. We've had one person on. It went really well that night. So,
all right.
Good night, everybody. God bless everybody.